Right, ledgers, good evening. Can everybody give me a quick audio and visual check? Can you hear me? Don't know, my mic's playing up a bit today, so just let me know if it's clear. Okay, so just gonna do the disclaimer. Hello Excel, Radu, Julian, 12, Mr. Mine, Architect, Phil, Peter, Let's Play Footsie, Mercy. Okay, I can't name all of you, but yeah, hi to everybody. Share the video if you can, like it, get the YouTube algos going. I was supposed to have SMX today, gotta edit this, but good trader, nice price action, but he's unwell. So I'm going to have to reschedule with him, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully he gets better soon. So, right, ledgers, welcome to the weekly live Bitcoin for Ledgers crypto update stream. Before we kick off, I'd like to give our sponsor, Prime XBT, for sponsoring this stream. So go check them out. If you use the link in the description and use code TraderSZ, you will get 25% off trading fees. So yeah, give them a follow on Twitter, Prime XBT. Hello, Doc Pierre. Digitech Dad, Mo, Lucas. Yep. Hi everybody. So, well, as always, nothing discussed or featured today constitutes financial advice. As with all areas of investment, you should always seek the advice of an investment professional before parting with your capital. Don't know what is this mic playing at, because it keeps showing me a complete red bar. So I don't know. But yeah, fuck it, as long as you guys can hear me. Hello Maron, Altman. Yes, hi to everybody. Okay, so what's going on? Bitcoin, it's going down. Is it fucked? Is it this? Is it that? I ain't got a clue. But we'll carry on from last week. So not much has really happened, and I did say Bitcoin wasn't my favorite. Ethereum was. Ethereum hasn't given me much. I was being forced to short-term trade it actually, and FBTC as well. So it's at a point where are we gonna get fucked? What are we gonna do? Okay, so let's go one by one. So the disclaimer, yes. So let's go to yearly. Okay, yes, this is TraderSZ. We're going to the yearly, and we discussed previously we want to see at least the mid-range hold, okay, for the year. And what was that level? Yeah, that level we drew out. Oopsie daisy. That level we drew as mid-range was this level here, I believe. This black level here, which comes in at 48,367. So it's been consolidating around there. So if we go to the lower time frame, so I'm going to go through this a bit slower since there's no guest. So I can cover some more stuff. But yeah, maybe it's not what you want to hear today. But for shorters, you might like it better. But yeah, we've been using that as more of a mean level. Okay, you can see the significance of that there. Key pivotal area here. And then there. Okay, so it's around that, and I did say I think Bitcoin probably ranges between the mid-range, and I've covered in the blue box here this consolidation, and January's high, January's low, January's mid-range. It's a big accumulation dip, deviated below it, retested it here to the tick there. So January's high is very pivotal. Okay, so I think we probably just consolidate here for a while and then take off, and below here we're playing towards January's mid-range. So that's my range there. This is my current range. I'm going to break this down into more detail, and then if we're really going to go for it, because we can even take out January's low and these lows. I mean, there's no reason why we can't. Is there any reason why we can't have something like this? I mean, even I don't want that to happen, but okay, you accept it. Shoot the fucker. Okay, if it happens, you want to make money, right? So if you're a hodler, you probably want to get out the stream right now. But if you're a trader, you're okay. You don't care which direction it goes in. I mean, my spot alt position is going to get smacked, but yeah, fuck it, so be it. There's no reason why this can't be a range. Why can't we have something like this? Okay. So yeah, so open to that. But again, that sort of play doesn't mean I'm shorting it all the way down there. The way I'll do it is the level to level plays within here. Now another thing I want to show is the SR ranges we've been in. So look what's capping the upside. And I said, where do I want to get bullish? If I'm going to get bullish and this is the low end, it's going to be above this level. So this is one range. We've had this for months now. This range. This is one range. And then below that is another range. So this is just pure SR. Okay. So this is still capping the upside. Deviation. Back below. Retest. Down. So I wouldn't get too excited. You can get excited within little ranges. But if that's what you know gets you going. But it's got to be a back above here at least. And hold above. Then you can say, okay, you know what? Possibly the low is in. And then even then, we're back within here. That would just be a retest there. There's no reason why we can't do this. Only above previous or all-time high would I say. 65k would I say, okay, we're ready to launch higher. So just playing it level to level. That way you don't really need the bias. You can just, you know, just have clear trigger points, clear targets. Okay, all that boring stuff is out the way with. What do we do now? Okay, so I'm actually gonna go focus on this chart. But let's just go in, just in case I've missed something. Go to the daily. Yeah, no, we don't have to worry about this. So this chart is making more sense to me right now. So how do I short this? Okay. Oh, did I say short again? Fuck. How many of you just got triggered? Okay, so let's go over the bullish scenario so you know ease us into it. Okay. The bullish case would be if we did smack down in towards here, deviate it, then that would be a long, and I'll play target 1, target 2. And that is called a range play for those that don't know. Okay, that is called a range play. Now for short targets, well, it looks to us if it's that if it was like this, if I did this to the chart, right? Be honest. If I did this to the chart and I did this, would you say this is bullish or bearish? Let's be honest here. If I showed you the chart like this, anybody can mark up a chart, make it look as bullish as they want, but you'd be looking at this saying, whoa, that these highs look juicy, don't they? That is like a nice deviation. Oh, now we got above another SR level. Shit, it's breaking resistance, turn support. Let's be honest. What is it? Would this look bullish or bearish to you? What is this looking like? I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna lay it down as it is. I mean, bearish. Yes. So, having said that, I mean, it could turn from here, obviously. And the significant part of this area is obviously, that's the January's range. I mean, I think it depends on how deep it fills in the wick. But again, I think if it did get back below here, then we're okay. And that would be a deviation then. So that's why that level is like this. If it got below here, then it's game over. And that's the shorting opportunity. I say shorting, inverse long. Okay, there. So this looks bullish right now, doesn't it? I mean, there's no reason why it can't be this. I'm doing fractals, right? I mean, I don't want to say the obvious, but something like this perhaps, and consolidate, grind, some dirty grind, fill in a lot of this wick here, and then maybe collapse. But again, we'll get to that stage. I don't know. I'll be making shit up, but I'm just playing it level to level. Anyways, let's go down now. So having said all of that, just to get context of things, because it makes sense, we're focusing within here. So all I need is this area here, and that is it. Now let's break this down and give this more meaning. Okay, so a couple of plays. So now that we've established that, what would be the objectives here? So if we go down, okay, what are decent targets? I mean, this would still be a decent area as objective. Why? Because this is a previous range low. So if you look to the left, what was acting as the previous range low before? And I like to go for the more conservative plays. Around this would be an objective. Okay, and then after that, take out this wick low. Probably take out these lows here. Would make sense. Okay, that's where the stops are going to be resting. Here. Okay, so how do I play this down? Well, let's break it down now. Split it up and we're focusing more. So what's capping the downside? Okay, well, we've got an objective there, about 44, front running a bit if you like. Okay, what's capping the downside? And I would argue that this is capping the downside. So let's mark out a zone. So what we're going to do is, we've identified the higher time frame ranges. Now we're going to identify the lower time frame ranges. And the same thing I've done in the higher time frame, I'm doing at the lower time frame. So basically, this is a level. If it deviates, it gets back below, it sells off, target there. It pushes back up, takes out these stops, deviation, breaking structure, retest, invalidation, back down. Deviation, breakdown, back down. Exact same play. So this could still be bullish right now. So what would I do to long it? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, that's an objective. I'm going to split this into two ranges now. Okay. If you don't understand this, I can't help you. I can't have single digit ITQ. I'm so really sorry. And then after that, this would be the extended targets. So, what is the area here that I would like to confirm up? So, what I want to do is, I'm going to split this up further and say, okay, this. Oh, yellow. We've got this there. So, let's go with here. So, what I'll be looking for is, okay, when it deviates this level, it tends to push up. This is a high there that's capping the market before. Break above, push up. So this is a bit of a level where a deviation could unfold. So what I would like to see is this nice lows here. If it deviates here, then gets back below, I'll allow the market to tell me what happens here. The moment it gets back above, I would treat it as the same. It's still range play till it's proven otherwise, isn't it? So I would mark out my objectives. This is the objective, the peak of the move. Okay, just like each time it came to the peaks of its highs, like this, yeah, there. Okay, that will be the next one. So what I would then do is, if it holds above, invalidation in. You can get tighter one depending on the swing low, and then run it back up. Target 1, target 2. Why target 1, target 2? Because we're still within a range. Target 1 and target 2. Invalidation will be probably something like this, depending on what the swing low is that took it above. That will be the invalidation, and that's playing the range. Is that clear? I want to see a stop run first, then reclaim, then trigger. That the reclaim would give me an invalidation to work with, and I've got my targets. Now there's more doing it. One way of doing it. I'm giving you a simple way. There's other strategies I use for like spice, catching the low, but I'm gonna give the easy one that everybody understands. The rest, if you know, you know. Is everybody clear with that? Does that make sense? Before I start laying out the plans nobody wants to hear, and that's it. Can we get any more from this? So if I break this apart, okay, and then we can start looking at daily ranges. Okay, so am I going to get any significance out of this? So if I look at this, what day was it? The 6th. So if I look at the 6th, so that's last week's Monday's low, last week's Monday's high. Yeah, that will be it. Target 1. Once if he gives the trigger, target 1, these lows here, target 2 there, and that is it. That's all I got. Now for the downside play, well, we've marked out our objectives. The two downside play objectives would be target 1, target 2. Another downside objective would be if it gives me fib extension. So what I do is I'm going to take this low, let me get rid of the levels. Take that low to the high, as that was the last leg up. And then 161.8 lies perfectly with the SR level I marked out. That's the target there. Maybe the 2, maybe the 42923 level, and then back towards this level here. Okay, so no, I can't pump Bitcoin. Who's asking me if I can pump Bitcoin? Fucking hell. So the short scenario would be, well, let's see if this can be a deviation now. If it breaks below, so what you do is you mark out your level. So we've marked this out already. Let's do it like this. So this is area of a deviation for me. If it reclaims, then I know where it is. If it starts breaking down, well, what's the past behavior? The past behavior is gets back above, gets back above, gets back above. This time it's not. This time it means the market wants to break down. That's my shorting opportunity. Invalidation of the highs that took you below, cut and a clean break below. Don't ask me on any altcoin until I finish Bitcoin and Ethereum. Whoever does is going to get kicked out. It's distracting. It's rude. From there, target, and then the 4923 level, low to high. Call it 43k. Target, okay, target, and then target. Clear? And that is it. Okay, that is Bitcoin. And then obviously if we do break out, so that means, I'm happy to play it level to level. If we do get back above here, then what would be the objective? So let's mark. I like to mark objectives first before I mark out anything else. That is an objective. That is also an objective. Okay. So if you do get the range breakout play, mark out your basic trend line. Okay. The main thing is the breakout play would be claim break above, hold, just like previously deviation, and that's your long. Target 1, target 2. If it's really gonna run for it, target 3, and that is it. Okay. Yeah, and that's it. Let's move forward now to Ethereum. So that's what I got for Bitcoin. So I don't know if it is the bottom or not, and I couldn't give a fuck. Either whichever direction you played, I'm just playing in my levels, and that's all that matters to me. You're here to make money. You're not here to pick a bottom, start chasing cloud. Well, you can't do that again, right? But what's the point? How many times are you gonna try to pick a bottom before you get fucked? Both ways. Anyways, let's move on to Ethereum BTC. Could I be wrong on this idea? Well, I'm still long FBTC. I probably won't get fucked on this, but regardless, I've got my stop in place. I'm cutting it break below the blue box, which I mentioned before. And that is that. Bigger picture, I am bullish this, but short term a lot can happen. Plus it's coming towards year end. Does the market settle down? I don't know. Okay, I don't use Uncle View up myself, so there's loads of methods that are right. I just don't use them. I just use my way, and that's it. So I know many people that make a lot of money from that. So just it can use any strategy really. Okay, you just trade. You just use this guy. Ask it twice, so you can go fuck off. Told you, don't ask me about any other altcoins until I clear this. What's wrong with you? Has your parents not taught you any manners? Or are you just thick as fuck? I think it's the latter. But yeah, anyways. So, let's look at this now. I'm still bullish, bigger picture this. Okay? And the reason why, just to repeat for those that are new. If you are new, don't ask stupid questions. Quarterly, there's nothing bearish about this. Yes, this can still be like this and still be bullish, bigger picture. When I say bullish, I'm talking about the fact that it's broken out of a multi-year range. The question is, what does it happen now? Is it going to do retest, or is it going to do like that? There's two ways. Okay, I don't know, don't care. I'll do what people what the market tells me. Okay, so having said that, what are objectives? What I want you to notice is the spike high keeps holding as resistance here. I'm not just a data point, but it's proving itself, isn't it? Deviation, resistance, resistance to the T there, it's right there. So what we need to see is a sustained move and hold above here. Okay, so that's what we need to see in my opinion. Then go for the bodies there and then highs. Now, trigger. Well, one trigger is based on invalidation. Okay, so let's break this down again. So what we've got is the 2017 high to 2017 low, 2017 mid-range. So yeah, I mean, is this a breakout to the trend line retest? That could still happen. Okay, it's broken now. You're getting bullish there, but okay, and then when you're bullish, you want that retest. You're getting that pullback, but then you turn into a pussy. Why are you turning into a pussy? If you got stops in invalidation, what are you scared for? This is what you want to see. The only fear comes in is because you haven't really, you're not trading. You don't know what you're doing really. If you're scared of buying a down candle, that means you're not really trading. You haven't really traded. You're probably a hodler, or you're probably one of those guys that makes the same mistake time and time again. You're fucking thick. If you've got a plan, if you were saying, oh, give me the pullbacks, what are you complaining here for? You got the pullback. Yo, there's 400 of you here. You can't give me like 200 likes. What's going on? Get the YouTube algo's going, man. So, what I want to see is, ideally, what would be the ultimate confirmation? I mean, we've run up, okay? And we've taken that high. I don't think the high time frame still remains the same to me. If I look at the monthly, okay? What's the difference? If you can't, I don't know. So, monthly. The significant thing about this for me was the fact that, see these monthlies, the bodies there. So maybe should make that there. I mean, the key for me is there's two ways. One, you wait for. I have two types of triggers. I'll go for them. Let me explain this. I'll go for it while I'm explaining this. One trigger is based on invalidation. The other trigger is based on the confirmation. Okay, so if you know it's wrong and market is dropping into the support level, and you know when it's wrong, you can smash the long. The closer it is to your invalidation, the better the risk reward, isn't it? Okay, so what we want to focus on, if you look at this, that's a breakout. The body's there, so we could easily retest this easily. Now the question is, does it? Sometimes you can pivot off a high there or that high there. We don't really know if it's gonna come down fully. I don't know. All I know is anything towards here is decent, really. Okay, that would be the deepest pullback. If markets are strong, they'll pivot off a more recent level. If a market wants to do a pullback or towards the end of year or more consolidation phase, then we've got fuck off. Then we've got something like this. So I don't know what happens. This is where the confirmation and the things come in. You love the mum jokes. Good. At least somebody's entertained. So yeah, it's looking bullish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to another clean chart and I'm going to mark out 2021 range for the FBTC. FBTC. Yeah. Okay. Go to the monthly for this, and we're going to see what the significance is with this. Okay. So Yeah, so I'm gonna mark at this, and then I'm gonna go back to the chart. Last month's high. So the SOFA is deviating last month's high, right? Oh no, it's deviating last month's high. Let's do this. Give that a bit of girth. And last month's low. And last month's mid range. Usually, I like it if it's gonna do a trend continuation. I like it to hold the mid range. So if I do this, and then I do that, the mid range comes in around here. Okay, so worst case scenario, the market gives us something like this. It's the mid range, right? Here, there. So let's focus on this mid range now. What's so pivotal about it? Well, the mid range, when you broke out of here, so this is one consolidation, right? The mid range here, the accumulation happened at mid range before it even happened. So that's when you sort of know you can pivot off this key high here, and that's why we got that. Okay, so this would be an area I'd be focusing on. Okay, if I get taken out, okay, that's fine. Get back in. Then this would be, this consolidation wasn't really retested. I mean, some exchanges may be different, but more or less around this area I'd like. So what you've got here is, if you want to play range level to range level, well, you've got that there. Actually, you know what? Let me just draw it properly, because then like this. Is everybody with me so far? So I'm gonna mark out two types of trades now. One, a level to level trade. It doesn't matter if you're bullish or bearish. Another is going to be more a type of invalidation. So what we got here is, it comes into here. Now, if I want to take a trade based on invalidation, well, we don't want this to be a deviation above. We want the mid range to hold, right? Because if you break back below the mid range, we re-enter this range. Okay, so my invalidation will be below here then. So I can smack it long here, or wait for some sort of like a bit of buying, see some buying happening, and I smack it long. I know a clean break below here with mid range. I'm wrong. So invalidation, I can play it back towards there, and that's a more aggressive type of entry. The other type is, so there's two ways. I don't have to pick one or the other. Why not do both? The other is, well, if I do this, and then I want to see some confirmation, well, I've already loaded a small amount here. But if I get back above here, that's sort of like, sort of going towards my idea now, isn't it? Right? And if it's going towards my idea, support my idea, then that's my long, play back towards here. And if it finds resistance here, I can get out. Okay? Or if it breaks above, well, if I got it, I can always get back above, back in, and then play it back up. Now, can I throw any other confluence towards this area? What else lies here? This is when I throw in the trend line. So once I've done my view of the ranges, then I throw in the basic chart patterns. Just makes it look all pretty. Well, it just so happens it lines up with this area, mid-range, doesn't it? Well, I can get a deviation of a trend line, then can't I? So if it does this, and then back above, well, it's deviated the trend line. People breaking this, looking to short. We're expecting a bounce here because it's the midpoint, and we've proven itself. But let's give further evidence as to why this level is important. If I drag that to the left, well, you can see it, can't you? It was areas of, look at that, deviation, big sell-off. Deviation, big sell-off. So this is just a retest of a level that hasn't been retested properly before, isn't it? So while everybody's chasing so initially when we break out of a level, we get that impulsive move, and people expect it to go up, up, up. But when you miss the move, you're looking for, oh, I want the retest now. Well, isn't this the retest that's happening right now? So yes, the market can go up, and sometimes I use a trend continuation technique to go up. Okay, but in this case, it's saying to me, okay, well, I'm exhausted now. Okay, so now it's going to give me this move instead of that move. So it's giving me this back now. So I've got to realize the market's doing that. I've got to cut, and I've got to change, and I've got to go with the market. This was correct until proven otherwise. So it doesn't mean I'm wrong in the idea. It just means, okay, market's told me, okay, I've milked it enough. Don't really want to go above. That's fine. Cut, change. Is that making sense to everybody? Hence why my complete violation level is down the swing idea. But I would take this as a separate idea. But that's neither here or there. So is that making sense to everybody? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, so that's that there. Then back to my idea. So in the meantime, I'll play it level to level. At what point are we fucked? I believe we're below. Let's mark out that monthly level again. Let's see how that lines up. Okay, let's line up that monthly level, and it's here. That monthly level lies up here. Okay, remember this level now. Let's make it dashed. Okay, we do not want it to go below here. Retest is fine, but it's gonna be short-lived. A sign of a deviation for me is it's gonna be short-lived. So that monthly level, if we get below here, okay, it doesn't mean I can probably short it here. Invalidation would be there, because if I get stopped out, well, that means the market is ready to go back up again. But that monthly level, okay, worst case scenario, retest that and gets back above. If we get back below here, I think it's gonna look ugly, and that could probably wipe out these lows here. At that point, probably be looking bearish, and that could really come back in towards here, these highs that had been retested, and then send it higher. Everybody here is fucked. Market said, let me wipe you out, back down. And what would that look like on the higher time frame? It looked like a normal retest on the higher time frame. What would this look like? It would look like a normal retest, would it not? Pretend this is a 5-minute chart, right? That would look like breakout, retest, long. Does that make sense? So, but at that point, at what point would that, remember the exhaustion I spoke about? That's probably if it gets below that monthly level. At that point, I would say, okay, they want to do the retest, because it's starting to really break down then. For now, it's a retest here. But if this area goes, then probably game over. I wouldn't even say game over. I'd say, okay, that's when fear comes in. You're all selling your alts right at the bottom. I told you don't mention alts while I'm doing this, but you can't listen. Listen, let me give you a bit of life advice, yeah? If somebody says to you, don't mention alts while I'm doing Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then you come up and say, what about this alt? What does that say about you? It means you either can't understand, or you got no manners, or you're thick. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Let me focus on this. Then I'll get to your alts. I'm doing Ethereum BTC and you're naming your alts. Okay. TraderSZ, anybody I mention that, I'll boot them out. Okay, man. Some people need to learn the hard way. Like, sometimes I come here, right, and I say, yo, either your parents are fucking deadbeat parents, never taught you manners, or you're just born single-digit IQ. Like, fucking hell, man. I just find it annoying. I'm doing something. Anyways, let's carry on. So, is that making sense? So, that's FBTC. Now, where does that product? Seriously, it says a lot about it. Fucking your... forget it, man. I'm gonna wind myself up. I'm in one of those movies just to rip into somebody. So... Or if you just join the stream, then if I'm doing Ethereum BTC, it doesn't make sense to ask me about something else, does it? Shut the fuck up and wait your turn. If I say to you I'm gonna do alts, then that's fine. Anyways, let's carry on now. Jesus, man. Okay, let's clean this part up, okay? And say, okay, where are we really at? Okay? So, nothing's really changed. I mean, I don't like the look of it, but if I have to adapt and change, I will adapt and change. Now, if I'm looking at it from this point of view, it's still okay. It's looking a bit heavy, but it's still not too bad. Okay, it's at a point where, okay, things better change. Now, it doesn't mean I'm gonna blindly buy this. Okay, there's other ways I'm gonna do it. I mean, it's this region here, so I'm gonna go over what would confirm it to me. If I'm just not feeling it and it is technically valid, I'll take a small shot. Like the initial long is all right. Okay, the initial longs is fine, and that's where you get the profit taking. A lot of this profit taking and bounce up. I played that. I spoke about this weeks ago when it was around here. Remember this? And so when this trend line breaks, we're gonna go for that area. Okay. All right. Why so salty? Well, ask your mom. Put in the mouth, innit? Okay, no. Yeah. There we go. So. The initial reaction now is coming back here. Is this going to do one of these ones? Fill in the wick and cause, you know, weeks and weeks of accumulation here. And then push up. Why is that significant? Okay. It's because of here. So it's a pivotal point and it's doing a retest right now. There. So it's still okay. If it gets back below here, then we're probably fucked. And then we're probably going to pull here. There's no reason why we can't come into here. If FBTC pulls that really big downside, okay, then probably something like this and then shoot up, and that is still perfectly valid. Why? Is because there, let's pick a range around here. And that's a range really, isn't it? That's a macro high. Okay. And that's a macro low. So why not this? That's worst case scenario. Okay. Till then I'll pay level to level. So let's add in our levels again and do this. So we got this here and we're waiting here now. So what would be the confirmation play for me? Well, if Bitcoin's gonna shit the bed, then I'm gonna have to. This is looking ugly, isn't it? When am I gonna get my liquidation call? Gonna get a liquidation call soon. Am I from UK? I might be. Okay, so what is my long trigger for this? Okay, so as long as we're both here, I mean, this is the really holding on to live support here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, sorry, I'm distracted because I'm in a few positions. I'm gonna show home. I have to cut early. Okay, so what we got here is we got this, and let me clean this up. It's better. So what we've got here is this here. Okay, that's our key support, and this is the consolidation that had been tested. Okay, so that's how my range low. What would be an objective for price? Probably something around there. Why there? So this is my level to level play. We got support. I'm gonna ignore this as an anomaly because it was a spike that happened, and we've got this. Oh fuck! Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Oh fuck! Okay, now this is where it's probably gonna. What a bloodbath! It's not over just yet. So get ready. Maybe you can trade a stream. So scenario one is does this. So this is where you panic. If you planned from beforehand like this, well, okay. So what if it's spiking down? Let it do its thing, and then if it gets back above, you're long. Because if this was dropping, we already planned this drop from beforehand, and that's my long back towards here, and that's a range. And this could be the filling in of the wick side. Okay, well, if you're fucked, that's on you for over leveraging and this, that, the other. It's the moment the market is really puking is when you're fucked, because that's when you want to buy. But look where it's puking into. A level already marked out. What are you panicking for? Relax. And you shouldn't be panicking. If you've got stops in place, what are you panicking for? Nothing wrong with that, right? So what I'm going to do is usually the second leg down gives you the consolidation phase. So see this here? Same thing. Same thing. It pauses a bit. Now this was a different scenario coming off of key resistance. See that resistance area here comes in line with this area here. So if it does that, that's my long, target 1. If it finds resistance here, I'm out. Scenario 2, keep that in mind. That's one scenario. Scenario 2 is okay. What is the bigger range in play? Well, I would say, what is the level that has been tested? Here, okay, it has a bit. So go back to our scenarios. That's our range low. If it shows us the deviation, so if it hits here and starts turning, that's fine. If it reclaims this, consolidates and breaks out of the consolidation, that's proof to me it's holding. Yes, it is going. Relax. That's your long. Take out these highs in towards there. Okay, is that making sense to everybody? See, in honor of my streams, Marcus says, you know what, I'm gonna fucking nuke. It's not really nuking, it's just coming down. I mean, if you're short, you're loving it. If you're perm or bear bullish, well, that's on you then, isn't it? But yeah, is that making sense so far? So just remember these levels. That's it. Remember the levels. Now when are we fucked? What would I say? Yo, it's over. Fuck it. Pack your bags. Don't come back home. Your missus has left you. Then this is the scenario for when your missus will leave you. It's this. So for now, relax. Okay. Now your missus will leave you when we break below here and start breaking down. When it consolidates and starts breaking down here, see that arrow there? That's when your missus has left you. But we short it, make your money back, she come back. Because she's a gold digger. Joke. It was a joke. Fucking I know, because sometimes she jokes. But that's your short target towards there. And why? Because then that breakdown has confirmed that we're breaking down within this range. And that's the deviation. Okay. And then if it's really gonna go for it, okay, if it's really gonna go for it, then this low here. Now at this point we'll see, does it, consolidate here for a few weeks, and then reclaim. If that happens, and that is the major low in my opinion, at that point we're probably going to make new highs. But ideally you want this to happen. This would be brilliant actually, because at that point we're probably going to get something like this, and that is a major low in. So this would be a major low, and this is when your missus comes back to you after she's been with somebody else, you know, and that's when she comes back home, and that's when you're long. Everybody clear? I'm not gonna get banned for this shit, am I? Fucking okay. So you short the misses there, you're longer there. Okay, is that clear? Well, that's it. So let's see. Scenario 1, I got marked out. You know the drill. You still can't give me 200 likes. I bet you the reason why is probably taking the piss out of you, and that's why you can't like the video, but you still watch my shit. But yeah, that's about it for this. Okay, let's do some shit coins. Now you can ask for your coins. Now is the time. Okay. She already like that's because she's with me. Don't worry, I'll send her back to you soon. Don't worry about that. I promise you. She wasn't all that anyway. But yeah. So okay, let's go back to this scenario here. At what point, if it's here, I'm going to throw in the range levels as confluence, okay? So as we can see, this level is holding up. If I want to play a breakout play where I've got I'm going to compound on, then what it would be another run up above this level, okay? So something like this, and then if it gets back above, that's why my invalidation below the blue box. Now you can see why it's below that blue box. See that there? That invalidation would still fit in. I don't care if I get a drawdown. I'm scaling in. Okay, oh shit, big mistake, I shouldn't have said that. Comes in below my validation, so I'm safe still. So anyways, if it goes up from here, what if this is the retest? Okay, because this is the consolidation to get off, then I'm already in the position. I'm going to cut it below the blue, cut a clean break below the blue box. The other scenario is, well, like I mentioned, the smaller ranges, okay? So if we get back above here, so we're into support area here anyway. If we were to do something like this, so if this is a line, patience, okay, stop for a second, let me just go, I forgot to mention this part, okay? Oh, you just get new misses, somebody's asking me, I was joking, I wasn't gonna read, fucking on. So from there, back towards here is target 1, and then target 2, asset range play, turn around. Now if you, this time around, consolidate, holds above, then that's the official breakout, and that official breakout would probably send us full send towards here. So again, if it gets back above here, and you want to wait for that breakout, then that would be, in my opinion, from there back above here and hold above, excuse me, then we can go full send it. Till then, that's it. Okay, let's continue now. Okay, let's do AVAX. I'm in AVAX. Oh shit, my AVAX is about to get stopped, aren't I? Well, it's not over till the fat bitch sings. Okay, let's do AVAX. The reason why I do AVAX is because I've mentioned it already on stream before, and then I'll do PYR as well. But I think, listen, if Bitcoin's going down, they're all going down. What do you want to say? What do you? If Bitcoin's going down, they're all going to go down. So there's not going to make much of a difference. But certain alts do have their thing. So let's bring it. Let's see if I have to look at that chart up. Okay. And take it from there. AVAX. Okay. So we have them here. That's a simple SR play. So this is where, okay, let's see if this is a stop run. And I set my invalidation below 60. Okay. So this is a major consolidation for me. And I think a little squeeze stands fine, because when you look at markets sometimes, see these wicks here, these are these wicks, this could be a future wick, okay? So this is the reason why I've got my stop loss below here, it's just this consolidation, just in case we do get a spike into here, okay? Worst case scenario, swing fails, it takes on my stop, I'll get back in. So if you, this is just a basic SR retest play, that's all it is. It's a basic SR retest play, that's it. So scenario 1, if I wasn't already, I'm already in, and my stop is at 60. Now even more stops don't get taken now, aren't they? It gave us decent bounces when I first got in, but market's weak, you can't do fuck all about it. It is what it is, deal with it. Just the only thing you can control is your risk, okay? So scenario 1 is, okay, if this is a deviation, let it do its thing. And then once it gets back above, I think that's the major low in, and that would be a decent long back up towards here as first target. Okay, level to level. Maybe take some off here, first target, and then maybe that would just pull back a bit, and then once it reclaims back above, well, that's a deviation of that then, and that's your long towards here, and then new highs. Okay, Aussie yen. you got a good sense of humor. High to low, so we mark at the mid range. Oh fuck, where this lies? That's my stop. That's no good. Okay, is that clear? I'm still long here. My stop's at 60. If it takes me, it takes me. Okay, so the other play is, well, if I want to treat it as a range, okay, well, let's separate this and do this. Yeah. What are you scared for? Don't be a pussy. You guys stop soon. Relax. Okay. Yes. So if we go this, well, every coin's down. Why are you picking up? It makes me laugh. Well, about this coin, the whole fucking coins went down. So what we got here is a range. Okay. I don't really like this kind of range. Yes, even that's difficult. Yeah, don't have anything else clear. So either I'm long or I'm gonna wait for the confirmation play. That's all I can say right now. This is looking ugly, isn't it? 1 second. Yeah, so it's a bit tricky right now there. Now, those are the only two plans I've got. The other plan is probably if it's going to get back above here. Okay. Whatever it does, whether stop run or not, maybe tackle it above here. And then go for the long there. Okay. And that's it. So that's all I can really say on that. PYR, yes, might have to get stopped out on this. Am I going to get stopped out on this? It looks that way. But it is what it is. Again, the whole market's coming down. Can't single out each coin. It held well till this point. So, I mean, if this takes me, and this is probably going to stop me out on stream. There's going to be a big cascade with my stops. Okay, so, what else? What's going to be the next level then? Well, we're going to have to look at these areas then. I mean, if you look at all major coins, they all go through this phase anyway, so it's not just one on its own. I'm going to get stopped at live on stream. Oh well, first for everything. I don't know, maybe this area here is consolidation. So if I start waiting there, and most likely it's probably going to go through an accumulation phase, a consolidation phase, you know. Obviously, people that look for confirmation will be here, and then probably play it back up level to level from there. It usually retests this area here, so I'll probably play it from there towards there, the next play. I'll see what price action we've got here, if I can play it here, or if ultimately the confirmation will be accumulate below here, and then back there. And that's about 8 to 10 region. Okay? And that's that. That's what I can really say on that. I mean, other than that, I did a snippet video on this. So I said there's two ways. One is my complete invalidation is here. So what we've got is this. Key support. So actually, let me clear this up. It was like this. Okay? Look at TraderSZ charts. He's done wilder. And that's enough. There. So scenario one is, I mean, aggressive. Deviate below support. Again, if Bitcoin is still looking like it wants to go a lot lower, then, you know, then just hold the fuck back. Okay, you know, don't expect your magic coin to go up while the whole market's going down. You know, even if it is at technical support, wait till the market, you know, settles in, settle down. You know what I mean? And if it does something like this, that wouldn't be a bad play either. Okay, play back towards there, cutting a clean break below that. That is one possibility, in my opinion. Yeah. The other way is, okay, well, keep that in mind what I've just told you, and let it reclaim. So if we've got this level here, oops, it is. So if it gets, so the other way is here, like I've explained. So if I go to the weekly chart, right, where are we trapped within? So I explained this in the 2-minute snippet video. We got this weekly candle here. This is the weekly low, weekly high, deviation, back below, down towards range low, deviation around towards mid range. So obviously it's coming here. Is this going to be a wick? I don't know. One scenario is if it gets back above last week's close and this week's open, then that opens the gates back towards there as the confirmation play. The reason why I went long is I'm anticipating a deviation. I know where I'm wrong. Okay. The other way is, okay, if you wait for a reclaim, okay, then that is a bit tricky. But what I would say is, I'd wait for reclaim above that. So if it was to do something like, you know, let's wait for it, and then reclaim back above that, then that would say, based on the weekly time frame as well, ASL long probably play back towards the mid range, as that seems to be the magnet for price, and then after that towards here. Okay, and that's that. Wilder World, let's do Wilder World. Okay. Again, it's coming down. I mean, I'm in here as well, but again, I've had to scale out a bit. But okay, this is where, you know, on its own merit, when the market's going up, I would say this is a nice area to look to buy. Okay, if the market's going up. But again, if the market's gonna go down, then you're all fucked, aren't you? Okay, it is where it is. So what I would do is, okay, where's the next SR? We've got this region here. Okay, there. So it's not a bad idea. Let me just see if the mid range comes in. Let me mark this out. I know this low is going to be different compared to Chartex. Okay, nope. Look for a mid range that gives me a nice mid range. Okay, so what I like is, okay, this is a low here, region here, worst case. So if it gives me something like this, retest, and then we get back above, and that's not bad, and I'll play towards, probably play towards here. I'd be careful of this area here, and then towards there, and this area here will possibly be the midpoint between this area here. More or less is the midpoint, isn't it? So target 1, target 2, and that could be like a range being established down here before this. And where do we get that from? Well, it's the same thing here, isn't it? It rallies up, drifts back lower, that's the retest there, and it consolidates once it gets back above here. So that region there is similar to that region there, and then once it clears that, then it goes on. So once we consolidate for a while, and once it gets back above, and then full set. My ZCX remains the same, so whatever's there in the what I posted is exactly the same. Does it make difference? What difference does it make? You know, it's not over just yet. I don't know why you panic. Why are you panicking for? I mean, even with PYR, right? It hasn't really broken the level. It hasn't even stopped me out yet. See, this just shows. See, there should be no panic in your voice, no matter what the market does. Okay, if you've got your risk in place, yes, you might panic a bit if you get slipped. But if you got your risk in place, there's no need to panic, is there? Why would you panic? If you know exactly where you're wrong, and you've got proper risk in place, why are you panicking? You're panicking because you've over-risked, and then you want somebody to blame. Whereas, you know, he's coming into fucking support. The fuck you crying about, bitch? You know what I mean? Don't over-risk. Nobody forced you to over-risk. What are you over-risking for? You know, but why don't you take profit? You know you have to take profit at some point. Why do you not, when the market's quiet and you know you're waiting, why do you not plan on profit-taking strategies? Why don't you? Exactly, that's on you. You gotta plan profit-taking strategies. But it's not as if it's the first time you've been through it. You know, if you don't do it, well, that's on you. You know, don't expect sympathy. It is where it is. If I don't tell you, somebody, you know, whatever. So, that's another good coin. Matic. I had a Matic set up before, didn't I? Let me look at Matic. Matic. Take the time now, especially if you're new, fucking mark a strategy where you take profits, at least something off. And not only that, okay, if you don't want to miss out on move, plan a strategy where you get back in then. So if you do get out, then get back in. Listen, let me go over PYR for you, right? I don't know why people are bitching about PYR. I gave you entries and exit levels as well. Exit levels. I even said to you, fucking 50 is going to be a 45-50 region is a big top. Okay, if you've got a plan to enter, let me give you an example of a breakdown. Maybe this will make more sense. Okay, I may be bullish as fuck something, but I will get the fuck out as well. I will get the fuck out as well. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna tell you all the time. Well, fuck, I'm gonna hold your dick as well. Okay, I'll show you. There's the toilet. You want me to hold your dick for you as well? Okay, man. What's wrong with you? So here, PYR. Yes, I remember this setup there. Look up if you got it. One is a range play back towards range high. I always say if it finds resistance, starts turning, get out. So here, I play the separate. I got a long-term hodl back, but then I'll play level to level as well. I get two strategies. So once the initial play goes off, which is 3, even now you should be up massively if you've got the initial call. So here, it comes back down, I'm out. But then it proves to me market wants to carry on. So at this point, even though I said I'm going to exit, following my rules, I'll get back in there, don't I? and then I get out. So that way, okay, I'm not holding it in case this came back down, but market told me wants to continue here, and I'll go back in. Why am I angry? I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm speaking in a firm manner. If you find this angry, that means you're probably not used to people like that. You're probably used to fairies around you. So yes, sometimes, you know, you gotta talk to people like this for the message to kick in, because you're fucking pussies, a lot of you, and you don't like being spoken to like that, because you know you're wrong. And when I'm speaking to you in an abrupt manner, it's like sinking in. Why is he telling me this is fucking correct? That's why. If you don't like it, fuck off. Anyways, we got this there. So if I shorted it here, and if I'm wrong, then I'm just saying, sure, you can't short this market. You can't be. It's a fucking. It's financial markets. You know, your money's on the line. If you speak to somebody in a soft voice, oh, it's okay, no worries, just close your eyes and keep lunking, you're fucking losing money on this. Whereas, you know what, take it serious. I take it more serious than I've been doing this for 10 years than half of you fuckers that just joined. It should be the other way around. But this, if it gets back above here, and if I exited it, well, that means get the fuck back in, because market's deviated and told me wants to get back up, and that is it. Okay, so that's that. That was just a brief example of, okay, even if I am, okay, it wants to go higher and it followed my rules and gave me an exit plan, well, I go back in now because market changed and it's told me it wants to carry on. I go back in. So that way, I'm not just waiting. I know I'm going to get back in. Okay? If you've all invested by that, that's on you. And, you know, again, you know, fuck knows what to say to you, man. You just go to casino instead. I don't know what to say to you if you've all invested. Just deal with it. I don't know, maybe go to the corner, stand in the corner, face the wall or something. I don't know. Okay, next altcoin. I don't have mercy for people like that. I don't care, man. Just if you're invested, you're invested. It's like, you know, you wouldn't fucking get treated by somebody that's read some science book and says do surgery on me, do you? The fuck is this? Why do people expect sympathy for people that come in and gamble here? This is a casino. This is worse than a casino. This is where it gets frustrating, because, you know, you're going into something you've got no fucking clue about. Markets to 1000x, and you think that's natural. You think it's natural to make 1000x. No, it's not. It's not natural to do 1000x. So expect the, if not the same, worst on the downside. You know what I mean? You think this is normal. You think it's normal to go from a grand to 100 grand. That's not normal. You know what I mean? Anyways, okay, let's carry on. So which coin? I'm gonna distract. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 more coins. I'm gonna fuck off. Getting tired. 253 likes. Fucking on the 426 of you here. Disappointing. Okay, what called Sol? Go on then. Let's go to Solana. Let me just quickly ZCX. Let me see what we'll go on with that one. Yeah, nothing's changed with that. I mean, my ZCX I told you about. It's in my Twitter. Type in ZCX. You'll see it. I mean, we ideally want this, like, you know, this region to hold. This is support for me. Okay. Yeah, I'm holding this long term. I'm staking this. Yeah, I mean, if it goes low, I'll probably buy more. To be honest with you, there's no step out point for me. It's either gonna go my way or become a long term hodler. Simple as that for me with this. I just like the fundamentals. Again, I'm thinking long term. I think it goes to, if I'm thinking long term, right? Think of it like this. If I'm thinking long term, then anywhere from here 3 down to sub 1 isn't matter, because I'm thinking 14 to 20. I think $20 target. I'm thinking. So if it's $20 target and you say even you got it at 5, does it matter? But that's the difference. I'm long term. I'm thinking long term. We've done the FA behind it. I believe it's good. It could be wrong. Don't know. Stop saying dy by dx. So fucking get rid of him. Fucking looks like a child. Get rid of him. Move. Okay, no. Get rid of this guy, man. Anyways, so if I'm looking at 20 long term, then anywhere here is fine for me. But I'm accepting it's a long term hold. So when you enter a trade and say this is long term, then it's long term. Okay. Okay. So dy by dx. Fuck it. What about dy by dx? Is there another exchange? Like, more data. What's got more data? Yeah, dx. Is there anything else? I've got nothing to work with here, man. Which one's got more data? Somebody help me out here. Well, it's got no fuck all data, so I'm gonna fuck it off. Let me answer this. Sol. Okay, looks fucked, doesn't it? Let's break it down. Go to the monthly. Actually, go to the quarterly for this. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 up candles. One down candles ain't gonna make much of a difference, is it? Okay, shall I just pump my bags on stream and use you guys as exit liquidity? I might just do that, you know. Anybody up for that? And then what we'll do is, if we know it's gonna pump, first one to the exit wins, doesn't it? So then it comes out, okay, who's fastest finger first? So let's pump it. So let's go to this quarterly. I don't know. Okay, what's the range? Okay, are we panicking for no reason? Let's find out. Range high. Range low. And let's get my mid range out. 119.05. Let's get this. Let's do that. 119.05. Okay, and that's done. Okay, we're above the mid range, that's fine. You gotta remember, if it's had a massive move up, the drops are relative. Why are you not getting worried on the fast spikes up? Well, I don't get it. The whole thing's relative. So then we break down into further range. Okay, so as long as I think the two ranges we're working within is this the top part, and then start worrying there, and that's when I think full bear market comes in. For now, I think it's fine. I'm gonna go to my monthly chart quickly. Can I identify monthly key levels? Okay, what's the range here? And it's gonna be this monthly low here. That stands out to me. That would end up with a retest here. So what I'll be looking for is, okay, maybe it's a stop run of a monthly low. I've got nice liquidity here. So what I would look for is maybe a double bottom here. So if it can do something like this, you know, consolidate, maybe wipe that out and then get back above, something like this. That's your long again. Play towards here as first objective, second objective. Does that make sense? That's it. Now, what if this is support? What if it goes up higher? I don't know, but that's what I would be looking for. Okay, this could be retest here. So at what point would it convince me that okay, we're gonna go up higher? I'd say this is like a pivotal area. I'd say. Can we all agree on that? That's a nice pivotal area. Maybe consolidate here. So either I'm gonna wait for this play that I've mentioned, or let it do its thing. And once it can reclaim back above, well, that's my deviation done. Maybe, you know, and that's my long. Play it back towards here. That's a level to level range play. And then if I think it's gonna break out and I got out here, well, I can always get back in, can't I? Because I've got a plan how to get back in. Just like I showed you with PYR. Maybe it does this, maybe it does that. Okay, I'm out. But then if it does this again and then starts going back up, well, that this time around it's done the flush. It wants to go back up, and I'll get back in and play the way I just showed with PYR. Send it to new highs. How do I take my targets? Well, assume for example's sake, that's the low. Whatever the low is at the time, I take the high. For example's sake, that's the low. I don't know if it is. It could be there. And I got the 127.2 and 1.618 extensions, and then the 200% extension there, and that is it. So at this point, even if I did get out, I know exactly how to get back in, so I'm not feeling FOMO. At least I'm taking profit. I mean, take profit and goes down further, then you feel like a fucking hero, don't you? But if you haven't taken profit, and you say, I'm a long-term hodler, that's fine. But really, you're not long-term, because you're looking at your portfolio every 5 minutes, but you call yourself a long-term investor. No, you're fucking not. Sit the fuck down. You're retail, you've got a 9-to-5 job, nothing wrong with that, but don't call yourself an investor. You're looking at it every 5 minutes and you're panicking. Anyways, this is where I get back in. And there. So that way, I take profit if I'm uncertain, or if I'm a pussy to hold it, and if I call myself a long-term investor, but really I'm not a long-term investor, and then I go back in there, and then there, and that's it. Okay, I'm tired. I'm gonna fuck off. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, please. Yes, I want to get to 30k. Give it to 30k. Share the video. Use the link in the description. Prime XBT. If you like this content, then use my link. Use TraderSZ code when you sign up.